All right, hi, I'm Joy Motts. Apparently I'm in the right place because typically when I come into a room, people say, here comes trouble. So I'm going to try to give you my best 3 minutes here. I'm a lifelong resident of Antioch. Came up through Antioch schools. Was a single parent. In the 70s, I actually was one of the first women back into the steel mills. I worked out in the mills, metatarsal shoes and hard hats, and but a good paying wage. And I was going to college, and I really needed that money, so it was a great opportunity. It was a hard job, not a lot of people. Everybody there liked that I was there, but I worked hard, and it helped me get along. In 2010, I ran for Antioch School Board, and I won. It was a super difficult time. It was in the midst of the recession, and we didn't have a lot of money. But in spite of that, we stayed fiscally solvent, and we helped our teachers and kept our counselors. And even in the midst of that, we passed a bond for Antioch High School. We had a oldest high school in Antioch was 60 years old and literally falling apart. And we had a lot of new development in Southeast Antioch and new schools. And here we have this old school in the North Antioch that really needed a lot of help. So I led the effort and spearheaded that effort for that bond. We lost the first time. We came right back in the next election, and we won. And we had $56 million going into the older part of Antioch, and we completely renovated that high school. And if you have an opportunity to drive by there now, it's incredible. And the kids there are, it's just changed that whole atmosphere for the kids at that school. And it's $55 million, not just into that school, but into the older neighborhood of our community, and it's so important. Some of the other work I'm proud of, tell me when I'm going too long here. Okay. Is also out of the recession, the city of Antioch has had to stop having any kind of celebrations. They had to stop the 4th of July and holiday parade and all of that. They just couldn't simply afford, and a group of us came together and we founded the Celebrate Antioch Foundation, which the first time we did that, we didn't know what we were doing, but we ordered some fireworks, and who knew? Homeland Security had to be notified about that, but we found out. And we put on a heck of a celebration for the community, and we've been doing that for 7 years now. We formed a 501c3. We've been doing that for 7 years now, bringing a family-friendly, great celebration to our community. And we've expanded to do the Holiday Delights Parade in December, and now we have a wine walk in May and a car show in June, and a peddler's fair in September, and we've got a barbecue cook-off coming up in October. So a lot of work going into that foundation. Just a bunch of volunteers from the community that I'm proud to be part of and really trying to change the quality of life in Antioch. So two of the things that I'm really proud of, I belong to a lot of different organizations in the community, from the Antioch Schools Education Foundation, East County Women's Leadership Group, which is really about mentoring our young ladies and really helping them become, part of the community and good leaders. The Old Women's Club, which is one of the oldest service organizations in Antioch, been around for over 100 years, but they really give back in the community, and especially with scholarships for some of our youth coming out of the high schools. I also belong to the Rotary Club and the Rivertown Preservation Group that's been pretty active and really trying to keep everybody knowing about what's going on down by the river. We got an incredible downtown, and nobody seems to know about it, and we're really trying to help make that a better place. So yeah, and I'm running for city council because frankly, I'm tired of this community being stagnant while every other community around us seems to be thriving. We have issues regarding blight, illegal dumping, youth violence. We have a problem with finding housing for our homeless. We have a downtown that needs to be revitalized. We don't have enough police officers. We have issues with public safety. We have buildings that have been boarded up for 30 years. It just makes me nuts. What do you say to your community when you have that going on, that you just don't care? And it's enough. We need dynamic and passionate and dedicated people on the city council who have a resume of getting stuff done. And I feel like I can make a difference. I want to put my mind to it. That's what we do. And I'm hoping to have your voice be your voice in November. I have a fundraiser coming up, pretty much private donations running this campaign, so whatever help you can give. On Wednesday I have a fundraiser 5:30 to 7:30. I have some flyers up here. If any of you would like to come, it'd be having a little bit of wine and some appetizers and a chance to talk some more and meet my family and talk about our vision for Antioch. So with that being said, I'll take some questions.
Any questions for Joy? Any questions for Joy? Very shy crowd.
I know.
Okay, so Antioch does have a few projects going on that are environmentally sound. Can you comment on any of them?
You talking about some of the new developments to Sand Creek or no?
Not that one.
Okay.
More like the water desal plant and.
Right. No, I think that's exciting. I mean, honestly, and I think it's important because we don't know what's going to happen with the twin twin tunnels. I'm hoping that we're able to stop that and protect our delta. But Governor Brown seems determined to get that done before he leaves office. But I'm hoping that we're able to stop that. But what the desal plant does, I think Lamar can speak to this a little more, that really kind of protects us in case those things do go through and from the salt intrusion coming into the river. So that I think that we'll hopefully be in a good place. And environmentally with the climate change and all that too, it's just a smart move. I'm very happy that I think this was kind of driven by the mayor and Mayor Pro Tem and really being progressive and thinking about protecting us now and in the future.
Any other questions?
What is your position on the extension of Sand Creek all the way through to Brentwood? I know that's a really hot button issue with a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a really, really hot button issue.
We like hot button issues. Repeat the question.
Repeat the question. What is her position on the extension of Sand Creek Road?
She wants to know what my view is on the Sand Creek Road extension all the way out to Brentwood. I really wasn't in favor of the development that they just recently approved. I understand the need for additional housing in the Bay Area. I mean, when I read the front page of the paper today, there's a family in Palo Alto that's paying $4,400 for rent and then just got pushed out of their house, and where are they going to go? I mean, it brings tears to my eyes. So, I mean, I understand that, it's a difficult problem. But on the other hand, Antioch has a lot of issues, and, all this rapid development out in the southeast is not only good for our environment, but I just don't think it's smart. I mean, we have a lot of possibilities for infill in our community. I think that would be, much wiser if we went that way. We have a lot of things that need to be taken care of. We don't have enough police officers right now, public works, to be able to take care of a lot of this development. And really what we need job growth. We need job development, man. We need people coming in. We need jobs coming in here with high-paying salaries. And it makes no sense to me that we have this waterfront. We're on one of the largest inland waterways in the world with these deep water ports along Wilbur Avenue, and it's cheap land compared to the rest of the Bay Area. We should be fighting for good paying green jobs coming out to Antioch that can keep people off Highway 4 and in their community, working and at home, so they can be, more a part of their families. Mm-hmm.
So on the subject of infill housing development, one of the most common barriers to infill housing development is neighbors who don't want high building heights.
Right.
They have single family homes nearby, they don't want a 5 or 6 or 7-story building next door. Sorry.
I guess my question is basically, how willing are you to confront angry homeowners who don't want what it takes to build infill housing to meet the housing demand that, frankly, Antioch is the most affordable part of the Bay Area. You guys are the bottom. As far as if Antioch is not affordable, nowhere is affordable. How do you face that kind of opposition?
Hot question. Hot mic.
Well, I think we have a lot of opportunity for affordable housing. When I was on the school board, actually, Antioch Unified School District has some vacant land, infill projects within the city that could really be used for affordable teacher housing. I know civil servant housing. I think there's a lot of opportunities there where we can work with our schools. That's another thing that's really kind of a hot topic for me, that the relationship between our city right now and our school district there's just not one. And I really don't understand how you have an economic development policy without talking to your schools. We have one of the largest population of students in the whole county and city of Antioch, and we need a relationship. We have mutual challenges, and we need to be working together to try to fix those. So yeah, you're probably gonna, I would agree. These large 3-story developments, I think we need to be very, conscious about where those are built and take into consideration, how, the community feels about that. I'm a big advocate going out and, working with your community before you go forward with those kind of things. So you have conversations, something that I think needed to happen with Sound Creek, that if people would have came together, maybe we wouldn't have this contentious battle. That didn't happen. So you really gotta, kind of work with your community and really talk about how you're gonna, make good decisions and smart growth and how you're gonna go forward that really benefits the community and makes them feel like they're part of the solution too.
Joy, give us your website.
It's www.joymotts.com, and it's gonna be up this week.
All
So
right.
we are working on that. I do have a Facebook page. And then again, I do have my fundraiser coming up. So any information about that, I'd love to have you come over and join us. We're having it kind of downtown, beautiful outside area. So yeah, and any other questions you'd like to ask me?
So you have a bunch of those flyers?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have some more of those. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Oh, okay. Thanks so much for the opportunity to be able to come and speak with you today.
Joy Motts running for City Council of Antioch.